Hello friends. Today, I want to talk about one of the most remarkable and dignified transitions we've seen in recent royal history, the abdication of Queen Margrethe II of Denmark. After more than 52 years on the throne, Her Majesty made the extraordinary decision to step down, and she did so not because she had to, but because she felt it was time. Now let's take a moment to understand just how significant this is. Queen Margrethe became monarch back in 1972, following the death of her father, King Frederick IX. She wasn't just stepping into a royal role, she was stepping into history. She was Denmark's first female monarch in over 5 centuries. And throughout her reign, she became known for her intelligence, her artistic flair, her sharp wit, and most importantly, her unshakable commitment to the Danish people. For over 5 decades, Queen Margrethe stood as a symbol of continuity and stability. She led the monarchy through cultural changes, social reforms, and the pressures of modern times. But even after all those years of loyal service, she never stopped thinking about the future. So what made her decide to abdicate? Well, in her New Year's Eve speech on December 31, 2023, Queen Margrethe took everyone by surprise. She announced, in her own calm and heartfelt words, that she would be stepping down. At the age of 83, and following major back surgery earlier that year, she said she had begun reflecting on whether it was time to pass the responsibility to the next generation. And that's exactly what she did. On January 14, 2024, exactly 52 years to the day since she first became queen, Queen Margrethe signed the official document of abdication. In that very moment, her eldest son was declared King Frederick X, ushering in a new chapter for the Danish royal family. What made this even more powerful is that Queen Margrethe wasn't forced to abdicate. There was no scandal, no political crisis, no pressure. She simply did what she felt was right, for herself, for her family, and for the monarchy. And in doing so, she became the first Danish monarch in nearly 900 years to voluntarily abdicate the throne. This was more than just a personal decision. It was a profound act of leadership. In recent years, we've seen similar examples in Europe, like Queen Beatrix of the Netherlands and King Juan Carlos of Spain, who stepped aside to allow a younger generation to take the lead. But in Denmark, this hadn't happened in centuries. So, when Queen Margrethe made that announcement, it was history in the making. And how did people react? The response, both in Denmark and across Europe, was filled with admiration. Yes, there was some sadness, of course, she had been queen for a lifetime. But there was also deep respect. Her choice was seen as wise, graceful, and incredibly forward-looking. As for her son, now King Frederick X, he steps into his new role with a fresh perspective. He's modern, approachable, and deeply passionate about issues like the environment and youth engagement. And his wife, now Queen Mary, who was born in Australia, continues to win hearts as a strong and relatable royal figure. Together, they're seen as the face of a new generation of monarchy, one that holds on to tradition but also embraces change. So what's Queen Margrethe's legacy? It's not just about the length of her reign. It's about the way she led, with wisdom, courage, and humility. And perhaps her greatest act of leadership came not in holding on to power, but in knowing when to let it go. She's reminded all of us that leadership isn't about clinging to a title. It's about timing, responsibility, and the willingness to put the future ahead of the past.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.